Dear students, in the last video we have studied the format of a formal letter. In that video we have learned the different steps for writing a formal letter. But studying the theoretical part alone is not enough. We have to practice, and when we get a question how it has to be executed on a page, we must understand it. So in this video we will try to do a question on the paper, and we will try to understand how each step should be written, and on a page where it has to be written and how it has to be written. So pay attention and try to understand how to write a formal letter on a page. So here we have got a question. You are Purvi or Prem, residing at 52 Moti Nagar, Lucknow. You need accommodation for yourself. Write a letter to the manager of paying guest service, 29 Ashiana Complex, Maharani Bagh, Delhi, enquiring about the details such as type of accommodation, monthly charges, facilities provided, etc. So your question will be like this. So in the question it is asked, you need to imagine that you are Purvi or Prem. That means if you are a boy, then you have to use the name Prem, and if you are a girl, you can use the name Purvi. So you are residing at 52, that will be house number. Then place is given, and Lucknow district also is given. So you are enquiring about an accommodation. Accommodation means a place for living. So you are sending a letter to the manager of one who is providing this paying guest service. So paying guest, people live in houses as paying guest in a homely atmosphere. So like that places are available. Instead of hostels, some people prefer this paying guest accommodation. So you want to get the details about the accommodation and the monthly charges, facilities provided, all that. So you are writing a letter to the manager of such accommodation provider. So first thing what you need to understand is what is the question, and first understand to whom you are sending the letter. All that details you must find out from the question. Then you go for starting the letter. So as we have studied, first thing what we need to write is writer's address. So here I have written writer's address. House number first comes. No name, your name should not be written, but it is starting with a house number. And you must have seen where I have written. It is left side of the page, near to the margin. Near to the margin, should be near to the margin, so it will look nice. Okay, so first you have to write the house number, then next place Moti Nagar, then Lucknow, then pin code. Pin code is not given in the question, that you need to make from your imagination. So the writer's address is over. Then we go for the next step, that is date. And you see there is a space after the writer's address. There is a space given, then date is written. Any format of date you can use. Here I have used hyphenated form, so that that way you can write the date. Next come the receiver's address. So from the question we understood it is a letter to the manager. So first you need to write the manager. definite article, that should be there. The designation of that person should be there, that is manager. Then next line you have to write the institution's name, so paying guest service. Then that flat where this office is situated, so 29 Ashiana complex. Then Maharani Bagh, Delhi. Everything one by one you need to write. After receiver's address, there is salutation, that is sir. After that a comma should be put, and before that notice there is a space. Then again after the salutation there is a space. Then comes subject. So at this point I remind that understanded students, earlier the format was different. Every time there will be update in the format of letter writing and all. So from last year onwards, this subject comes after the salutation. Before it used to be before salutation. So now first salutation, then comes the subject. So it is mentioned in the format when we studied the format. The order is like this only I have given. So the new format is after the salutation subject should be given, and the subject, then afterwards put a colon and write the subject. And already we have seen subject should be in one line or two lines and should be short enough, and the purpose should be conveyed. So here I have given the subject, that is an enquiry for knowing the details of your paying guest accommodation. Only that much only. So put a full stop, then go for the body of the letter. Body of the letter is starting little away from the margin. The first line, only the first line, start little away from the margin, then start writing. First you need to introduce yourself. So here it goes like this: I am Prem Kumar from Lucknow. I am a graduate and I got a job in Delhi. So I am looking for a paying guest accommodation at Maharani Bagh. I got your address from one of my friends and came to know that the service you provide is the best. Then after this introductory paragraph, you can go for the next paragraph and mention your purpose. I need an accommodation having a spacey room with attached bathroom. So I would like to know the monthly charges and other facilities you provide. So that much enough. And go to the next short paragraph. This paragraph you just keep in mind, and you can, if you want, you can by heart and keep, because in any formal letter last sentence can be this. So like this you can conclude the formal letter by telling, expecting your kind attention and positive response, and go to the next line and write the subscription, that is yours faithfully Prem Kumar. So in the question one name is given, that's why we are using this Prem Kumar. Sometime in the questions and all names will not be there, that time you can use your own name. So this subscription, you see it how I have written yours faithfully. Yours, that most of the people make a mistake, that yours people put apostrophe s. There is no apostrophe, just without apostrophe you have to write yours faithfully Prem Kumar. And another thing, sometime what people do is this one, they make the subscription and both side they put this sign, so or decoration, whatever may be, to snake like thing. I don't know what is the meaning of that. Most people do that. Don't do it. Okay, it will spoil the beauty of your writing. So there is no meaning for putting this two side decoration. That is why I have cut and put like this. Don't make it. Simply write yours faithfully and the name. So this is the format of a formal letter. So when you write a formal letter, it should be like this, neat and clean, and see all that writer's address, date, and receiver's address, salutation, subject, and body of the letter, at the end subscription. Everything it should be neat and clean, and whatever I have said, you have to follow it, and you have seen it also. So don't make a mistake when you write formal letter. Writer's address close to the margin, one by one. Date close to the margin, in between space should be there. Then receiver's address one by one, it should be close to the margin. Then salutation close to the margin. Subject, and it should be very short, one line or two lines. Then body of the letter, starting is little away from the margin, first line. Next line again you can come close to the margin. Then next paragraph, starting again like the first paragraph, little away from the margin, and at the end subscription close to the margin. So that's it. Follow the format and write like that the formal letter, and easily you can score 8 marks. So it's a sure question, so pay attention to the each steps. I have shown it already how it has to be written on a page, and again if you make mistakes then we can't help. It is not very difficult. ABCS. What is ABCS? Anybody can study. Understood? So follow that format, and this letter you have to write down. Okay, so looking at the video you can write it down in your copy, and I hope already you have written the notes. So after that notes you can write down this letter also. And now I will give you 2 questions for your practice. You have to make the formal letter according to the question. So look into the question. So here we have a question. First question is, you are Rohan or Rohini, living in house number 34, Patel Nagar, Mumbai. In your area the condition of drainage system is very bad, and in rainy season the area smells very badly, and the number of mosquitoes are countless. You have complained many times to the local government, but no action has been taken. So write a letter to the editor of the newspaper The Hindu, requesting to publish an article or news on the bad condition of drainage system in Patel Nagar, so that the local government may take immediate action. So this is the first question, and looking at this question we understand it is a letter to the editor of a newspaper, and names are given, so you have to take any one of the name according to your gender, and the reason for writing the letter it is mentioned. So your area, the drainage system is not good, so it is disturbing you, especially rainy season. Already you have complained to your local government, but no action is being taken. So you are sending a letter telling the situation and requesting the editor of the newspaper to publish a news or an article about the situation, so that by seeing that at least the local government will do something. That is the question. So when you write this formal letter, you have got writer's address here, but the receiver's address is not given. So sometime like this also takes place. Sometime the writer's address and the receiver's address both will not be there in the question. At that time what you need to do is follow the format and make imaginary addresses. So receiver's address as well as writer's address you will have to make your own. So sometime don't look at the question and don't say that no address is given, so how it has to be written. So if no address is given, then you have to make from your imagination. Only one thing only you need to do, follow the format. So first format should be clear in your mind, and accordingly whether in the question the address is given or not, you have to follow that format. So I think it is clear, question is clear. So you may write it, the answer. Okay, the formal letter you make it. And the subject, I hope you understood what you have to write. Subject should be a request for publishing a news on the bad condition of drainage system at Patel Nagar. That much only should be the subject. Some people, when they get this kind of questions, they will ask to the editor. It's a no, like this. Sometimes they write the subject, a request for making all right the drainage system. Like that should not write. The editor cannot come and clean your drainage or make arrangements for repairing your drainage system. What he can do is only publish a news. So your request should be a request for publishing an article or news on the bad condition of drainage system in Patel Nagar. Clear? So please write down that formal letter. Now we have got another question, that is, you are Ryan or Raima living in flat number 75, Hillview Complex, Gandhinagar, Bangalore. You lost your costly smartphone. So you go to the police station and give a complaint letter to the inspector of Gandhinagar police station. So this is another question. So by reading the question, you understand to whom you have to write and who you are. There also names are given. You have to imagine you are Ryan or Raima. Then your address is given there, but the receiver's address is not given there. So what you have to do? You have to imagine an address. So you are giving a complaint. You can give complaint to your own area police station only. So give the imaginary address of your police station. So from the writer's address, you will get some hint for writing the receiver's address. So it is clear that is you have to give the complaint to the inspector only. So first line will be the inspector. Next line, Gandhinagar police station. Next line, place name you can put it and go for the salutation. Then subject. Subject, I hope you will write correctly. Subject should be one line and clear. So it should be subject you put and colon you can put and write a complaint for finding out the lost mobile or cell phone or a smartphone, whatever maybe you can put it. So like that, make the subject, then go to the next line and start the body of the letter. So first introduce yourself, then in the next paragraph tell what happened to your mobile, where you have lost, whether it is stolen by someone, or what are the features of your mobile, whether it is costly or what contains in it, and why you need badly back that phone. All that you can explain it. So these two questions are for your practice, and I hope you understood the question, and following the format what you have studied, you may do it. So we have completed the lesson on format of formal letter. I hope you understood properly how to write a formal letter. So keep in mind the format and please do those two questions, and once in a while look into it so that when you go for writing the exam you can write it properly. Don't make mistakes. So if you make mistakes, then you will lose mark. And as I said earlier, this and all anyone could study. So please pay attention and study properly, and we will meet in the next video.